I am simply thundershook at this change in my luck. Knew at once I wanted you, never dreamed you'd want me to.
Okay, I'm going to make it real easy for you. Ears over your shoulders and shoulders over your hips. All right? You want to imagine that there's that one line. Now, where your knees, most people lock their knees and that makes the rear end stick out a little bit, which for some it's fine, but for others it might be a little bit more of a problem. I don't know that it would be for you, but definitely the ears over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips. Because I saw you singing like this, right? The minute you start singing, you jut your chin forward. All right? You can't change that posture. Now, if you're not going to help with your neck, where is your energy going to come from? Do you imagine? And where's that?
Right here.
Yeah, actually go a little bit lower, where your belly button is. Think of your transversus muscle there. Okay. Now, I didn't see you actually using that. So right now I want you to just exercise. While you maintain your posture, I want you to exercise. Pull your belly bone towards your backbone, rather energetically. Let it go. Again, rather energetically, and then let it go. But when you let it go, honey, don't do this, okay? It's a tiny little action. It's very specific, and it's only right there, okay? So try that again. Now put a little air behind it. So you're going to go. Right. You feel where that source of energy comes from? You don't need any help here. In fact, we don't want you to use any help here. Okay, now I want you to take a maintaining posture, but I want you to take in a deep breath through pursed lips, all right? Literally suck the air in. You're going to go, and you keep going till you can't get any more in, okay? Aha. How's that feel?
Very big.
Right, that's called having a full tank, correct. And not much good happens without the full tank, I'll be honest. You can sing on half of it, but it won't be worth hearing, really. Okay, so even if you're going to sing 3 notes, pianissimo, you still need that full tank, all right? Because that's what supports everything. Okay, so take that deep breath now, again, and you feel it go all the way up into the upper back, correct? Sides of your ribs expand out. You feel an expansion into the upper back. Now, when you're there, I want you to go, whoo, from the belly button. Whoo, whoo,
Whoo! Whoo!
there you go. Whoo, follow through.
Whoo! Whoo! Whoo!
Right, now you're still helping a little bit here, so see if you can avoid that tendency. You have all the energy you need right there in that one little spot. You don't need anything from here. In fact, that's just going to get in the way. Okay, so try it.
Whoo! 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 Whoo!
Okay, you feel that? Okay, I don't quite know what your range is, but here, I want you to go, ha, ha. No help here. Again, ears over your shoulders, shoulders over. You should feel a little bit like you're being suspended from the ceiling, right? If you've seen marionettes, right? That's kind of what you want to feel like. You don't want to feel grounded or that anything is pulling out, right? This long line. Think of being a dancer, right? Because there are similarities, actually, between what dancers do and what singers do. So. Not bad. Take a bigger breath. And when you get to the last note, sustain it. And let's see how you handle that part. That just means you just keep letting the air go out, okay? But most young singers are afraid to do that, right? No. Ha, ha, ha. I still think you're getting a little help from your neck here. Again, ha. Can you do it with a little more energy? You're going, and I'm going, ha. Right now, just put a strong H on it and see what happens. You feel enough energy here? Is this working hard enough?
I could be working hard.
Yeah, I think so. Bingo. How did that feel?
A lot better.
And in what way better? What did you feel that was different?
It Less strain, more supported.
Less strain like here, like you didn't feel your throat, but you did feel a lot coming from your body.
Yes.
All right, this whole thing about I have to sing from the diaphragm is kind of loose. It's like, no, it actually is a physical energy. It's actually, there is tension there. There is a flexing, right? Ha, ha. Do that, go ha.
Ha!
Yeah, there you go. Ha! Follow through.
Ha!
Keep going, keep going.
Ha! Ha!
No, I mean on one sound, just ha, as long as you can do it.
Ha!
Okay, what does that feel like?
Very loud.
But a little bit freer maybe, or a
Yes.
little more,
Relaxed.
relaxed,
Supplying,
more
push.
communicative maybe? You're letting more out,
Yes.
right? You're giving
Yeah.
more of yourself. Cool. All right, let's see how high we take this. Now remember, the important thing is the very first note. That sets up everything. That's the foundation, all right? So if you cheat that a little bit because you're worried about what's going on up there, you're going to get up there with nothing under you. You have a good reason to worry, right? Because it probably won't work very well. It's the first note, and then you have to hold that strength while you go on up. And that is the foundation. That should make the top notes a lot easier.
Ha!
Keep going in even while you're sustaining. There you go. There you go. All right, because that's what's putting the pressure on your fuel pump here. I mean, your fuel tank here, right? That's putting the pressure on it. So that has to continue all the while that you're making sound, essentially, right? Because the sound is coming from here, but this is what provides the airflow that your little vocal cords can vibrate on. That can't stop. The minute you stop that, there's no more. It's like you run out of gas in your car, right? It's just going to come to a screeching halt. Okay, that one you could have given me a little more on the high note, right? A little. The beginning was fine, but you needed a little more thrust to get up with full support on the top, on the higher note. You felt that? Now be careful when you come to the end. You're just dropping it.
Okay.
Da 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 dee da da ya. And then you breathe in to cut off. Okay, there's some kind of die there. In other words, you've got to still be concentrating on, you're still making sound, even past the point that you've taken the breath. And that means, that for us, that means that tone just keeps ringing out here. If you get da 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 dee da da da, you hear what happened? The guillotine came down. Sound is over. It's done. All right, so try that. Yeah, right as the breath in. Or do that again. You can give me a little stronger. That's the foundation, okay? And that the higher you go, the more you need to start with, because it's going to be holding up more tension, right, in your throat. So. Good. You felt that. It's a remarkable feeling of control, isn't it? When you let go of this and let something else take over. But that is hard to memorize, especially when you're under pressure. Performance pressure, when you're nervous, the first thing that goes is the breath, right? And that's natural. It's part of human nature. It's called the fight or flight syndrome, right? When you're nervous, oops, everything in you gears up for disaster, crisis. You're going to run or you're going to stay and fight, right? So the only way singers can get past that is to get so good at the breathing. The breathing exercises, even before you go. I've seen Luciano Pavarotti on television talking about how he had to do breathing exercises before going on stage, because if his breath locked, he might as well go home because he wasn't going to sing well. He was a very, very famous star at that point and still having to think about his breathing. Yeah, there never comes a day when you don't. And that's it, okay? So right from the get-go, it's all from the breath. It starts from the breath, it's controlled from the breath, you lift off by way in which you handle the breath, okay? And And you're going to have to get so good at that even when you're nervous, part of your brain is still just focused on that. And then you'll have control of an instrument that you can really use.